Hey everyone, what's up? This is John. I wanted to make this quick video to talk with those who may have some confusion about group breaks and then try to give some helpful tips about razzing and how you can have a better shot at filling your razzes just based on some of the things that I've seen that work for me. So there's a bunch of different kind of group breaks. You can see them all listed right here. The first one is random teams. We just take the number of teams in the sport and we randomize uh, that number of participants. Someone can buy as many spots as they want, but it gives everyone a fair shake for a lower entry fee at what are considered the most desirable teams. You can buy your team, so each team would have a different price. So from a baseball standpoint, in new product, um, the Rays might be one of the lower price teams, and the Yankees and Red Sox and Cubs are always going to be the higher price teams. So you can decide which team you want, and sometimes you can get a bargain if your team is somebody like the Rays or the Rockies or the Diamondbacks, or sometimes you can decide to pay more money for the team that you want. If it's the Cubs or the Yankees, just to guarantee yourself all the hits from that particular box. That strategy would have worked out very well in the Diamond Kings box where we pulled the Babe Ruth relic. We have another one that we've been using recently that was actually a suggestion of a few of our members. What we'll do is we'll divide the number of teams in each sport by two. So for baseball, it would be 15 spots, and everybody gets to draft one team, and then we randomize the names for their second team, and then we just copy and paste against the remaining major league teams in alphabetical order. So, for example, let me give you an example of that. This search bar here is great. It's going to let me look back at, say, Prism. I can see all the stuff that ever pops up with Prism. So here we go. These were the 15 entries in our Prism break on Saturday. So actually, it was a mixer, but it doesn't really matter. It's just I wanted to show you that there's 15 spots. After all these guys have their names randomized to determine the draft order, I would then copy and paste this again, do another video to randomize the names. And then after I get that second randomized list, I would go over here. Let me see. No. Team names. I would open my team names file. Sorry for the delay, folks. I would delete the teams who have already been drafted, and then I would keep them in alphabetical order and just paste those 15 names against the 15 remaining teams. So that is our draft one team, random one team. The next way is to draft teams. It would be the same pricing as the random teams. You can buy as many spots as you want. Then we would just random the names, and whatever the final random is, that's the draft order, and everyone would just draft the teams. The next is a hit draft. This is good for products like Tier 1 or Triple Threads or something that's very hit centric where there are not a lot of base cards or inserts or parallels or stuff like that. We feel that it's much better this way. Um, you definitely pay more money, but at least you're guaranteed a certain number of hits. It would stink to pay a lower price, or at least I feel this way, uh, to pay a lower price and get a team that gets no hits, or get a team and your only hit is a common relic. So I just feel that it's better to pay up and at least guarantee yourself a certain number of hits. So those are the ways that we can do group breaks. We also allow people to trade their teams or their divisions or however we decide to do that particular break um, right before the break actually starts. I hope that gives you guys a good idea of group breaks. Now I'd like to talk about razzing. Biggest thing about filling razzes, from what I've seen, is The top two things: what you line and how you price them. What I mean by what you line is, today I filled a break of a bunch of Sterling autographs. They were all prospect autos, so they had that in common, and they were all from the same product, 2014 Bowman Sterling. I'll see people all the time post, one or two prospect autos, a Hall of Fame relic, two common autos, and none of these things have anything in common. They're not the same product, not the same team, not the same player, not even the same era. So uh, I think though, I think that doing stuff like that gives you a much lower probability to fill your Razz than if you go with, like, say, a prospect lot of all St. Louis Cardinals. You can mix and match products, but at least it's all Cardinals, so your Cardinals fans will jump in. Or you can do a couple of Yankee Hall of Fame relics. They're all Yankees, they're all Hall of Famers, something like that. And now the price. The price is the most is very important. So let's just take a look at these. I was looking at these earlier. I think these are kind of cheap, so I was thinking about buying some for myself. The black, as most of you know, means unsold. All of these are unsold. It's not a good idea to think that your Xander auto is worth $130 because you see it in a completed listing. They sell for 73, and 9.5 got 96. So this last one sold for 73. Excuse me. So you can see the price range, and it's just important to note whether it was sold or unsold. Now let's find one that may have been a best offer. Let's see. Uh, Maybe there was a Chrome Auto. Sometimes the higher ones are. Okay, here we go. So let's go to watchcount.com. Some people think that this means it sold for $750. It did not. We click on it. We copy the web address. We paste it into the keywords on watchcount.com. Click enter. And we can see that it actually sold for $550. That's how we, can see what the best offer price accepted was. So we've covered what you line. We've covered the price. In my experience, eBay pricing or average eBay pricing is what works best. If you see something that sells for 15 or $20, and the next thing you know, that item sells for 50, I would say you should probably look into that auction and try to figure out why it sold for 50, and stick to the 15 or $20 range. Strategic tags. I don't find that it pays off to just tag anybody that's ever been in one of your Razzes. So I'll give you guys an example of something that I looked at earlier. Let me use Brandon here as my example. Okay. Brandon's got a really nice Jose Canseco autograph here. 10 spots, 3 per spot. It's pick your spots. So, how is Brandon going to find people to jump into his Canseco? It's been on for an hour. 8:34. It's been on for an hour and a half. There's only been 2 spots taken. What I like to do is, especially when you have the desktop, go to the search this group. I like to type in Canseco. Oh wow, look at this. He won this card from Dan, June 5th. What I would do is, I would take a look at the list. See who bought in. Must means that they like Jose Canseco if they bought in. I would tag all the people that bought into this particular Razz. I'd keep going down, and I'd see this guy sold a Jose Canseco and a Dennis Eckersley auto. Would take a look at the list. I would tag the people that were on that list. Keep going, see if there's any more. Here's another one. Again, would click on it and I would tag those people that got into that particular Razz. That's what I mean by strategic tagging. I think that, just by tagging, random people that may have gotten into something before, it's okay. But I think when you do something like this, where you're taking a look at Razzes of that same person or player or team or whatever, um, gives you a much better chance to fill the Razz. So I hope this video was helpful. If anybody has any questions, feel free to inbox me. I'm always interested to help when I can. So I really appreciate it, guys. Good luck. Hope you guys are enjoying our breaks. Good luck razzing, and let's keep having some fun.